Welcome to Monday Night Live, the weekly training that guides professionals to financial prosperity. Join our community and let's start building your wealth.
So we'll get started here in just a few minutes, guys. Before we do get started, though, does anybody have anything you need to bring up? Really any time, but particularly in the last week, you need help on?
I do real quick, which may be a question for the group and not necessarily everybody here, but maybe others. So with working with Zudilio, if the home, so somebody comes out and says, hey, I want help, blah, 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 but their home is already listed. So we can offer them a cash offer as the representative of the buyer. Is that correct? But we wouldn't be able to do the plus or any of the other stuff regarding to listing and all that. It's a little gray area that I'm a little confused about. And I did ask Zudilio about it, and the guy said, you're able to, because you would represent the buyer and then get the listing offer it as sold, after it is sold, I guess, which we can't do, obviously. I think the commission structure changes, but not exactly sure how I would recommend reaching out to he said reach out to offers for specifics. So I just wondered if you had any insight, Gary. I wanted to stay on the up and up and not, put myself in any trouble.
Yeah. That's a good question. My first initial instinct was let's go right to Zudilio to, because I'm going to be candid here, guys. When I first saw it, it looked like a really good product. I think it's got a lot of potential. I think they're still working out the kinks. We've had certain agents have some success with it, and others it's just like constant, just work. You're getting these offers, you're submitting them. People are rejecting them because they're cash offers. They're always going to be low. But to me, I never saw that as the end game. The end game to me was, well, now you've got the attention of the sellers. This is where you suggest to them, hey, let's get this thing on the market the right way, because now you'll attract everybody, including traditional buyers getting, regular mortgages, most likely pay full price.
And that was my thought too. But if they're already represented and it's listed on the MLS, kind of really narrows down our opportunities.
Yeah, so that's right. That puts the kibosh on that part of it. The other thing too is, and I'd like to get your feedback here, guys. Remember, this is for those of you who are new. This is open forum, no holds barred. We don't censor anything unless it's something that shouldn't be in the class, but that never happens. So one of the things I'm going to bring up is some of the feedback I'm getting is when the agents have approached the sellers about listing it conventionally, the sellers are just in no mood. They're like, they were just so put off by the low cash offers,
right?
They wouldn't even enter in a conversation. So has anybody yet experienced that part of it? I don't know, Trevor, you've gotten that far with it yet with any of the sellers?
Well, I just had one that I knew wouldn't work because they had just bought it a year ago. I mean, they're obviously upside down in it. They think that, to sell it without any agent commission whatsoever would cost them like $190, let's say, and the best offer came in like $30,000 less. And they're in a position because like something's going on with them. Somebody tried to burn their house down while they were in it. The thing people tell me is just hysterical. Yeah, welcome to Oklahoma. And so I was like, well, I can't help them. Like, I mean, they're upside down. They're going to go through foreclosure regardless, right?
Yeah.
And then she was asking me, can I help them find something to rent? I'm like, no, I don't do rentals, first of all, but secondly, you need to figure out what you're going to do with what you're in,
Mm-hmm.
So I just think they're a young couple, and I think they got in over their heads, and unfortunately, there's really nothing I can do for them. Even if I listed it, there's no way, and they have no money to bring.
Well, one thing you might look into, Trevor, is how we learned this past winter, and I can't remember the guy's name that spoke to us, that a lot of mortgages actually are assumable. You just have to go through the qualification process. It's not like the old days where
True.
So they may have a mortgage with a low rate, like a 3% rate, that makes that property now all of a sudden a lot more appealing, because someone, like me, could step in and get a property with a 3% payment versus getting a brand new mortgage on that property or some other property at 7%. That's a huge difference in the monthly payment. So people might be willing to pay a premium for that,
Okay, that's a great idea. I'll reach out to her and ask her.
Yeah, because if they're a young couple, they likely are using an FHA loan with minimum down payment.
True, very true. Yeah, that's what I said. Because she told me like what they owe and everything, and I'm just like, oh yeah, those numbers are not lining up, sadly.
Well, ask them if the where the bank they went to. If it's a big one like Bank of America, chances are it's an FHA type loan, first time home buyer loan, and in which case that would be assumable. Almost all the government agencies, any mortgage that's backed or underwritten using FHA rules is most likely going to be assumable. Okay. So yeah, that could be an angle for them. So.
All right. And plus, because we would have some time, even if they got behind on their payments, they're not going to foreclose like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. That's very helpful, because I really wanted to help them and just didn't seem like there was any avenue for me. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Thanks.
Go ahead, Sally. I think you were.
Hi, Trevor. I was just wondering if there was any way for them to rent the place out to where possibly they would be almost caught up, because they could get first and last month's rent and so forth, if they could do that for a year.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because that would knock out the other agent probably. So it'd make you look like the hero, and tell them this is just a temporary thing. Their whole financial picture may change in 12 months. Right. And lots of times people will rent houses in conditions that they won't purchase.
True. Very true. Okay. I will. Y'all give me some great food for thought. Thanks. God, I love this team.
Trevor, they're not only good looking, they're smart.
I know, right? How'd we do that?
All right. I guess I got to put on my serious hat. But okay, guys, I was told last week I need to do another selfie, so I'm gonna do another selfie here with all of us. Hopefully I'll get myself in there. So everybody get up, put on your best smile. Okay. Thanks for indulging me. That's actually for the people that do all of our operational stuff. So in any case, so tonight's subject is actually a little bit, we actually touched on it the other week, which was using AI. So what I wanted to do is find someone here who's actually used ChatGPT. So has anybody used ChatGPT so far in any of your efforts? Hey, and so Lisa and Karen. So Lisa, with your when you used ChatGPT, what was the purpose? Was it to get like a listing presentation or find a criteria match for people?
The first time that I used it, it was to do a description, because writing a description of a house is real challenging for me. So and it takes me forever. So I just put the bullet points in, and then I asked it to write a description, did it a couple of times, and then edit it the way I want it in no time at all. I had a beautiful, well-written description. And the second time was in a class where they taught me how to do prompts for certain types of clients, so that I train it to give certain answers depending on what I'm looking for, whether it's investors or sellers or buyers or whatever.
Okay. So far it sounds like you're a fan.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
I'm telling you guys, I'm getting this from everybody. So Karen, what about you?
I used it in an effort to get a listing. So basically what I did was, it was a unique home. So I figured out what the demographic would be. And so I plugged into ChatGPT what the property was, basically what the demographic was that I was looking for, what the uniqueness of the property was. And so basically, kind of plugged in what I was looking for, and it came out with exactly what I needed, and it kind of blew the seller away.
Okay.
So
And,
yeah. So it really was kind of it was a neat thing. I think it's really something else, but I think the more details you give it, the more accurate it is, and the better it'll serve you.
yeah, I agree 100%. That's the same exact feedback I've been getting. So the person who introduced it to us was Phil Stringer, and he's in, of course, in EXP. He speaks on this subject nationally, and thankfully he's in our group, our organization, the Honey Badger group. So he did tell me in fact, if you look at the website, we just added that new. Let me just go there real quick. There's a new section in the GIA resources that has the 10 prompts that he gave us and the 10 tools that he uses, the AI tools. I'm just going to share everybody where this is real quick. But the one that he told me he got the greatest success, or liked the best, was here's AI tools off to the right. Once you're in your dashboard, there's all your options across the top here. Marketing, of course, you definitely need to always be in your marketing. Websites, there's some amazing tools there to help you find out information on anything practically. GIA resources is where we have some of our top, I wouldn't want to call it top secret, but more sensitive type material. Oops, I just went the wrong thing. I was clicking on scripts. Sorry, guys. Let me go back to resources. Well, you definitely need to know your scripts. That's why I was clicking on that. But back here, click on AI tools. Okay. And right here, these tools are actual software programs you can use for different purposes. These are different vendor programs. And most, if not all, are, I think, completely free. I think there's a few there's always a lead in, do the free version or do the paid version, that kind of thing. But all kinds of things you can do there. Creating blogs, creating, short videos, working on photos and things like that.
Video AI is fantastic.
And that's the
third one over on the top. And Synthesia is real interesting to work with. I'm just figuring that one out. Synthesia, I actually bought. A couple of them I purchased.
Yep. So there's Synthesia. Okay. Now, if I go back, come on, let me get my AI tools. Let's go back to the dashboard. The actual prompts that we got for ChatGPT are right here. There's a ChatGPT resources. And guys, what I want you to do, I actually want to make this a working session. So if you would like, if you feel like you want to kind of listen and do it at the same time, which I highly recommend, there's no better way to learn this stuff than actually do it. Is go ahead and open up a separate browser session and then bring up ChatGPT. Okay. Now, while you're doing that, if you look in here under the AI tools again, these are 10 prompts that you can use for different purposes. If you notice, the one on listing says it in here. I actually gave it to you. Was that last week, guys? I gave you the long prompt for getting listings, or was that the week before? I think that was last week. If you look at your email from Beverly last Tuesday, it should have it in there. Let me go there real quick. Last night's webinar. Actually, that says walkabout. So maybe it was the week before that, last night's webinar. But I'll bring that up just to be safe. I think it was last week. And if anybody remembers exactly, just let me know. Role-playing scripts, because I can't remember everything all the time. Here it is right there. So here's the actual script, all right, the prompt that you can give ChatGPT. Let me put that in the chat box for you. All right. So you can copy this. You can highlight it and copy it. Now, this is an example of Kannapolis, North Carolina, in a price range of 300,000 to 400,000. So you'd have to change the area and change the price range to match your area and your price range. Okay, but for those of you who are interested, let me turn off share for just a moment. Who here would like to get a listing, like quickly? Who here would like to get a listing quickly? Just about 4 or 5 of us. You got, yeah. Don't be shy, guys. You can type in the chat box and say, "Yes, Gary, I want a listing now." So, Karen, did you actually get the listing on that property?
Well, it was funny because it's actually somebody I know, and he didn't want to ruin our friendship.
Oh.
He didn't.
We're not dating.
So no, we're not dating. We're not dating, but yeah, he was concerned about that. So he decided that he felt that it would be best if I didn't take the listing. But he was blown away. He was completely blown away.
Right.
Yeah. But
I'll tell you what.
so yeah, he actually said, "Come on over," or when can you come over? But then the next day he said that he felt that it would be better if somebody that wasn't close to him did it. So anyway, here or there, whatever.
If that happens in the future, because that's actually happened to me, and it wasn't just a friend, it was a family member.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? But I said, look, let me at least do this. I've got access to all the agent performance data in the entire country.
Mhm.
How about if I pick the agent for you? And they did. They let me do that. So I got a referral fee out of it. But
yeah,
somebody
you know what? And that's a great thing, because truly in previous situations, I have represented like friends of mine, and
Yep.
suffice it to say, they're no longer friends of mine.
Yeah.
Truly, sometimes it just doesn't work out very well. So,
Yeah.
they expect something for nothing.
Yeah.
Frankly. So, yeah. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know what? Whatever. It's okay. It is what it is, but that's all right.
Yeah. No, I had in-laws do that to me too. They wanted me to help them represent a buying a farm. So as you can imagine, it was a nice payday. And they told me later they're expecting me to waive my fee. And so I looked at my brother, who's an accountant. I said, "You know what? Do you waive your fee when you do my taxes?" Of course not.
That's exactly it. They want you to do everything for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
In the very end, they're upset that you're actually taking your commission.
Yeah. And my philosophy is this. I have friends and family who own businesses, and I always tell them I would always honor their business by paying them what they would charge any other customer or client. I would never expect anything for free, because I know it's a business and I know what it's like to run a business. It's not easy, and that goes a long ways, So, okay, let's do this. Hey, Brittany, are you on your phone or on your laptop?
I'm on my laptop.
Okay. I want to promote you, if you don't mind, since you've already used GPT, or I think you said it was a Facebook post.
Yes.
Can I have you? I'm going to have you share your screen, and then go into Chat GPT, plug in the prompt I just put in the chat box, but change the city to Richmond, or if you were actually whatever, because I think you're outside of Richmond, and then a price range that would match your area. Is that? Would you mind doing that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, let me get you promoted here. So Brittany Taylor, I'm going to make you co-host. All right, so you just got promoted. Just remember me when you're rich and famous. So, but if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and share your screen to show everybody actual start from logging in the Chat GPT. So everybody pay attention. If you want to do it on your own while Brittany's doing this, go ahead and start another browser session. All right, and then just follow what Brittany's doing. We're going to make this a working session. And out of 33 people, let's see if we can't get 3 listings in the next week out of this. Okay. And that means you're going to have to go ahead and issue the prompt, and then utilize what we get from ChatGPT, for your area. You got to change the area to be your area, and the price range for your price range in your area. This would be a really good working session exercise. I feel like we should do the Jeopardy thing. Do, do, Okay. Karen, I think I should stick to my day job. What do you think? Hey guys, while Brittany's doing that, if anybody has any questions, or if anybody else has used ChatGPT, please go ahead and speak up.
Gary, I used it just a couple of times to come up with like an ad or marketing for agent attraction. Saying what are real estate agents in this town, this city, this area, whatever. What are they struggling with and need help on, that kind of thing. And it gave me a big long, thing to make like small videos. I was asking for the top 10 or 15 things of different subjects that I could use. So I did that once. And then today, actually, on our Attract Boss training, one of the things that homework that we gave the agents was to come up with their 30-second, story, 30 to 60-second, story, elevator pitch, right? If you wanted to share your story with someone real quick. And one of the students, he just did a great job on his video, and we brought it up and we showed everyone to him today. And he said, yeah, I got to tell you, I went on ChatGPT and said the information about myself and what I wanted to communicate. And he said, I did it about 3 times and asked it, different ways of making it more personable and that kind of thing. And he said that by the 3rd one, he came out with a really good script of what he wanted to say, he adjusted a little bit, and then did his video. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Awesome. Okay.
It
So I
comes
like the
up.
fact that yeah, go ahead, Brittany. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I typed in your prompt exactly as you have it, and it starts off saying that they don't have real-time browsing capabilities.
That's weird. Hey, Karen, do you have the prompt that you gave it? Somewhere we could try that one in Richmond.
But it came up with an ad for like creating an ad for listings. But
Yeah, mine,
Oh,
I run at the same time, and it came up with the same thing that Brittany did about the no access to Facebook.
What are you looking, okay, so what are you looking for? I'm an agent in wherever you are. Is that what you were trying to do? So I'm a real estate, okay, so ChatGPT, I'm a real estate agent and there are other real estate, okay, I see what you're doing. You're trying, but is this supposed to be a Facebook ad?
well, I think what this is a
Is that
message.
what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I think what it's going to do is create a message that you can give to owners to encourage them to sell, give them reasons to sell. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well,
but you-
let me tell you what I did.
Okay.
And you can kind of go from there. Okay. So in my
Screen.
pardon?
What's that? Oh yeah. Let me promote you. Hang on one second. Let me move this back over here. Actually, Andre, can you promote Karen? Because I've shared screen with Brittany. I want to keep Brittany's screen up there too. It's Karen Green. Yeah.
I am.
So let me read what this ChatGPT says. I'm sorry for anything. What's that?
I can already speak. You can hear me.
No, he
Or
wants
you
you to share your screen.
Oh, okay. So I have to get in this.
If you just so we can see the prompt, and then
Oh, okay.
So Gary, I found Karen Green on here. I just click on the 3 dots.
yep, and then it'll have the
Hold
option to
on.
make her co-host.
Hold
Yep.
on. I wonder if it'll do it also. You can do this with Edge as well. You know that, right?
With what
With
now?
Microsoft Edge. They have a short, medium, and long.
Oh, yeah, I saw them advertise that.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
you can just do it right on your screen. So that's another thing you can do. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up. Just okay, hold on a minute. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so do you want me to post something up. Let me see if I can do this. All right, you want me to share the screen now?
Yep, and it should.
It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, you know what? I'll probably have to stop sharing, Brittany. So hang on one second. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay. Now, let me stop my share. Okay. Now see if you can share.
Okay. Let me see what okay. Okay. So let me see.
Rob says every engaged group member wants a listing. That's good engaged group.
Okay, this is the problem. The problem is I'm in Chrome, and here I'm trying to do it in Zoom. So, or in the other. So hold on a minute. I don't know if I can do this. Oh yeah, I guess I can. Okay, maybe. Share screen. Okay, let's see. No, host disabled participant screen sharing.
Let me try that again. Hang on one second.
Chat.
Okay, now try it.
Okay. I will try.
Hey, Brittany, while Karen's doing that.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting there now. So let's see. New tab. Okay. Let's see.
Hey, Brittany, go ahead and complete what ChatGPT was giving you. It gave you a template to fill out. Go ahead and try that. Let's see what it gives you. But it looked like what ChatGPT was trying to do is give you something to attract buyers.
No, I'm not actually in ChatGPT, but I can get into.
Okay.
Yeah, so it created like an ad for social media or something along those lines to attract buyers or listers.
An issue.
Okay. Well, we might need to reword that. And I also noticed in the second line, it still had Kannapolis.
Yeah, I noticed that too as I was rereading it.
But I don't think that was what the challenge was. It was more about them
not being able to have real-time browsing capabilities.
Yeah, and they wanted more specific.
So
yeah.
It's giving me a rough time here now. Now let's see.
That's okay. You've only got 33 people watching you, so it's not like it's.
I know. Who cares, right?
I'm just teasing.
Yes.
It looks like it's loaded for you. There you go.
I'm hoping it is. I mean, I can just go into ChatGPT too, but it's just.
So this is the Edge you use, Microsoft Edge.
This is Edge. Now, I did do it on ChatGPT because I did it on my phone because I was there at the person's house. So I did on Chat, but I actually wrote a blog on this that I'm showing you, that I'm getting on. Right. So basically what you do is I'm in Edge now. Okay. So I'll just show you what I did anyway. So I get into Edge. I open up a tab. I basically go over and I hit this. You see where I am? Hey, there you go. Here I am. Okay. It says professional, casual, enthusiastic, informational, funny. Okay. Format, paragraph, email, blog post ideas, short, medium, long. Okay, so different options. So, and you can compose. Okay, so write about whatever, cover letter, or whatever you want to do. Okay, so here's where basically tells you, you can tell it what you want to do. So, so let's say, okay, I would like to attract, I'd like to attract individuals with families.
How about homeowners?
No, they're not homeowners yet. Maybe. Well, I'd like to. Well, they could be homeowners, but whatever. I mean, I'm trying to get them to buy a house, another house, so they may or may not own a house. right?
Well, we want to do a listing. Like
Okay,
listing.
okay. You're doing listing. Okay, so attract homeowners. Wait. Owners. Okay, who have resided in their homes or who are transitory, who are moving. What are you looking for? I got to feed it information.
Homeowners who are interested in selling their homes.
Okay, that's it.
Keep it short.
Are interested in selling their homes with a realtor who is on the ball. You got to feed it more information. Energetic. Decisive. Able to negotiate. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff in here, okay? Okay. Able to negotiate, etc. These people have most likely owned their existing homes for more than 5 years or more than 3 years. I don't know, whatever. Okay. More than 4 years.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I misspelled. Sometimes I have to go back and check myself. But anyway, okay. Now, you know what? I'm just throwing stuff in here, looking to upsize. As well. Maybe looking. Okay, I don't know what else you want here, but let's just start with that. Okay, what do you want? Professional or enthusiastic?
Probably enthusiastic.
Okay. All right, we'll do what? Medium? All right, let's see what it says. And everybody can see the screen, right? So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, here you go. There's a medium one. Oh gosh. All righty, let's read it.
Yeah.
Or did you get all that already?
No, go ahead and
okay. Are you ready to
ahead.
sell your home and move to a bigger and better one? Is that okay if I read it?
Yeah.
If so, you need a realtor who can help you achieve your goals in the fastest and most profitable way possible. You need someone who is on the ball, energetic, decisive, and able to negotiate with buyers and sellers alike. You need someone who knows the market, the trends, and the opportunities. You need me. I have been helping homeowners like you sell their homes for over 4 years. Well, whatever. That's not exactly what I wanted. But anyway, I have the experience, the skills, and the passion to make your home selling process smooth and stress-free. I will guide you through every step of the way. From preparing your home for sale to marketing it effectively to closing the deal with the best terms possible. I will also help you find your dream home in your desired location and budget. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Contact me today and let's get started on your home selling journey. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Okay. All right. So that was pretty fast how that did that.
Yeah. Now I can put a short one and it'll show you what a short one would be for the same information that we just fed it. Okay. So now it's kind of giving you the same thing, but in a shorter, in a little paragraph. Okay. So there it is in a shorter paragraph.
Okay.
So Are you ready to sell your home, move to a bigger and better one? If so, you need a realtor who can help you achieve your goals in the fastest, most profitable way. That's why you should choose me as your partner in this exciting journey. I have the energy and the skills and the experience to make your home selling process smooth and successful. I know how to market your property, negotiate with buyers, and handle all the paperwork and legal issues. I will be with you every step of the way from staging your home to closing the deal. You deserve a realtor who's on the ball, not one who drops it. Contact me and let's get started. I like that.
Yeah,
And you just
that
use
better too.
to create that?
Now, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You just used Edge to create that, just the AI through Edge?
I did. You saw what I did, right? I just opened the tab and then you see my arrow? You see this nice purple arrow? I just went over here to the Bing chat. If you don't have it, install it. It's just, you just have to put that on if you don't have it. Anyway, I just clicked on that and then this box comes up and then you could chat. I put it on compose and then you pick what you're doing. This is the write about section. This is where you feed it all the information that you need. And this is the tone. So if you're writing something professional, casual, enthusiastic, informational, funny, whatever, I like a little levity anyway, but if you're doing a paragraph, an email, a blog post, ideas, just like to jot things down from your head. And then the length of it, short, medium, long. And then you click generate draft. And from the same thing, I did that medium one, which was longer than this. And then we clicked short. And then if I hit long, we could generate another one and it would be longer.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Can you copy that into the Zoom chat box? And then the results, at the bottom there, what they actually gave you,
Yeah. Do you want me to do this write about part?
No, what it gave you is a result.
Oh, as a result. Sure. I can do that.
Yep. So what we could do, guys, is if you want to, you can post this on Facebook, on your Facebook page. You can also send it in a text to your database or email to your database. And let's see how it works. I mean, maybe so when you were working with your friend Karen, that was you already had
it's in there now. Okay.
What's that?
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Okay, thank you. So the person you were working with, granted he was a friend and he wanted to not take a chance on messing with the relationship.
Yeah, he said it was too important. Yeah, he didn't want to deal with that.
But anyway, what you put in the Edge, Microsoft Edge AI, do you remember what that was? What that language was?
Yeah. Well, I actually put it in my phone, right? GPT. But yeah, basically I said I knew what demographic I was after for his particular home. And he had a very specific kind of home. So it's not for everybody, but he had a geodesic home. So it's energy efficient and all of those things so I knew what our buyer looked like. So I just plugged that in to Chat GPT. I knew basically the demographic I was looking for. I knew I was also looking for somebody who had a family because he had a pool. And he also had acreage. So I knew it had to be somebody probably in their 30s or 40s, most likely. So I kind of plugged in all the information that I figured I knew what I was looking for and the type of home it was. And basically it spit out like, an attraction piece, like, what you would write on a presentation, sheet or like a listing or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. I mean, it sounds like something people could use too, but the next question I have is, can we prompt this and ask it a question, which is, what are the top 10 reasons why a homeowner sells? and please
Yeah.
list them in order of importance. Can we try that and see what happens?
Yeah, let's do it. So, okay, let's do this. How about, I think it's a too open-ended. I think we need to say there are a number of reasons. A number of reasons, because again, it's about feeding it a lot of information, right? Reasons that a homeowner sells. Some of which include, let's say, job transfer. Outgrowing their current home. Not needing as much home as they already have, right? Like maybe needing to downsize.
Okay.
To downsize. Anything else somebody wants to throw at me? Whatever.
Let's
okay.
Let's go with that and see what happens.
Let's just leave it at that. Okay, needing to downsize. I'll just say and needing to downsize. To downsize. Research these and other reasons people choose to move and list in order of importance the top 10. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Top 10?
Yep.
Reasons people move. And they can't afford it too. I mean, that's another one. People move from their existing homes.
And guys, here's why I'm asking this of the AI. Because in Really Flow, we can search for homeowners based on certain criteria. So if this tool gives us the top 10 reasons,
now
any of those reasons that match any of the criteria on Really Flow, we can use that criteria on Really Flow to find actual homeowners in whatever area, wherever you are. And then they will have the owner's name and address. We can even skip trace them to get phone numbers and emails. But the most important thing is we now know how to identify them, and then we can prompt the AI to give us a marketing piece that speaks to those reasons. Everybody follow the logic there?
Okay, now I just went ahead and did this because, so I also said research NAR and any other source of residential data. Okay, again, I wanted to give it more information. These and other reasons people choose to move and list in order of importance, the top 10 reasons people move from their existing, their existing homes. Okay. All right. So, well, this is informational and we just want the ideas, right? Is okay?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. This way you can kind of see a different way that it does it.
Okay.
There you go. And it comes up with your sources.
Okay.
You see that?
Yep. Sure. right, better affordability, opportunity to work remotely, desire a newer, better, larger home, cheaper housing, better neighborhood, wanted to own a home.
Do you want me to go back up to the top? Did you see
Just
that?
a wee bit, yeah. Yes.
And it said here, and they did look at NAR and the US Census Bureau, and they show you like such as, yeah.
Okay. All right, so newer,
if you
better
could give
home.
it, if you can give it some examples of where it needs to search or look for you, it's great. You may not have those, but if you can give it some information, that's great.
Okay, so hold on just a second. All right, newer, better home,
Yeah.
new job, transfer, established home ownership, family reason other than getting married or starting a household. So maybe they had more children, or they retired. Perhaps there's a couple possible reasons there.
Yeah.
Wanted to own a home rather than rent, better neighborhood, cheaper housing, desire for a newer, better, larger home. So out of those, what would you guys say are the top motivators? Like hot buttons, and just type in the chat box which of those you think are the bigger. Just pick one. Which one do you think is the biggest hot button here? Like, wanting a bigger, better home, wanting a cheaper home, better neighborhood, things like that. Which ones do you think are the most sensitive topics or the most important to people? And type in the chat box. And let's see what kind of responses we get. So I think they're all in sight there. All in the view. Newer, better home, new job or job transfer, established home ownership, family reason. To me, a family reason would definitely be a top reason, because think about it. Something changed in the family dynamic. That's like an immediate now, but most likely immediate now type of a thing. Wanted to own rather than rent, better neighborhood, cheaper housing, desired a newer, better, larger home, an opportunity to work remotely. Yeah, especially after the last couple of years, people looking to move out of the city. And that was one of the biggest demographics, was people leaving high density population areas and getting out into the suburbs. That was a big, big trend. So let's check and see what kind of chat. By the way, for those who are responding, in participating, there is a big bonus for you. And for those who are not, there's a big penalty. No, just kidding. How's that for motivation? Let's see. Newer, better, affordability. So Karen's the only one that types in an answer. Hey guys, tell me what you're thinking, because we're going to create, there's a reason why I'm doing this. We're going to create a campaign for everybody. Okay.
Gary,
Thanks,
can I share my screen?
Absolutely. Hang on. Let me get you promoted here. 1 second. So I first got to, thanks Karen for doing all that, by the way. That was a big,
Yeah, no problem.
It was a big share. So Lisa, hang on un momento.
While you're doing that, I asked Edge, the same site that she's using, the same prompt from earlier, and it gave me the same information that they are not able to access Facebook data, and they can't create ads, whereas ChatGPT does create your ad. And then it says, however, I can help you with your real estate needs by providing you with some resources that can help you find the best houses. And then it says, check out Trulia and Realtor, and things like that. But
what we could do then, Brittany, or everybody, is instead of using the generic word ads, we could say search Google ads, search Google words, Google ads. And I bet that because we can all do that. I wonder if we would get better results that way,
I thought the GPT issue was because you don't have a paid version. And so it only goes back to 2021. The paid version has the most up to date, and it also pulls it in.
You're saying the paid version of ChatGPT, Shastine?
Yeah, we'll pull in. Again, this is according to my girlfriend who's using it. So she's saying that it's because if you're the free version only accumulated data up to 2021. If the paid version takes you current and also includes Facebook. So that's why when you have the training of those saying, hey, show me this ad with Facebook, that's what they're saying.
Gotcha. Okay. Thanks, Shastine. Okay, Lisa, is that your screen?
I'm not sure what you're seeing because I have two screens going, but over here I can only see people, and over here I can see my chat GPT. Can you see my chat GPT?
Yeah, it says AI PRM and that like there's a watermark.
Yeah, and it says, what are the top 10 reasons
Yes.
a homeowner sells?
Yep.
Okay, so I typed that in because that was your question, and instantly it gave me that answer. And then Karen was talking about, I asked it to continue, so it continued on. And then I said, pull info from NAR and the census, and it says I don't have direct access. But this is Chat GPT with the AI PRM add-on, and all those prompts are in there.
Okay. Is that a paid version or is that still the?
Well, the AI PRM, I think, is just an extension, but I do have the $20 a month Chat GPT because it's much better than the free version.
Yeah, he looks way better too.
Yeah. And then from the class I took, there's, different things that you do to train each subject. So for down here, I was doing absentee owner client profile. Where did it go? Well, maybe I'm not.
Did you know that you can participate in class every Monday? We call it Monday Night Live, 7 p.m. Eastern, with me and dozens of other investor agents from around the country, in fact, the world. Every Monday, totally free. No selling, no recruiting, just straight up education on anything and everything in real estate. And we have a lot of good guests coming on once or twice a month, bringing in expertise on subjects like how to buy a house with crypto. Okay. How about them apples? What about AI? How's AI affecting our business? How about the metaverse, blockchain processing? We're already using it in title work. So come on to Monday Night Live, be ready to take notes and ask questions because it's live and engaging, and you get to participate by asking questions and meeting others. So we'll see you there. Go to realestateWithGaryWilson.com, click on the resource tab, drop down, and you'll see Monday Night Live. And in there, you can see one of the most recent classes. But more importantly, you can register for class as many as you want going up to like the end of the year, I believe. So in any case, do that. We'll see you on Monday Night Live. Look forward to meeting you in person. Take care.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, now I'm getting a blank. It was there while I was waiting to share my screen, and now it's not, of course. So I don't know.
Here's something. I'll share something.
Okay, so here's the real estate investor one, and it starts, you train it, and it starts with trainer questions. So this is, what are the pain points of real estate investors? And it gives you the pain points. What are the fears of real estate investors? And it gives you those. What are the goals of real estate investors? There's a whole list of questions and prompts that you do so that you train it. And then every time you come in and you're working and you want something regarding investors, this is the piece that you use. So you do it for every category of client that you're wanting to work with.
Yeah. That's actually really intelligent because those are the primary emotions behind motivation. Fear.
Yeah, this is from the class that I took, and they have categories, and you want to pick your audience, your writing style, whether you want it to be funny or short and punchy or professional or whatever, and then you have the emotion. What kind of emotion? Use urgency, use anxiety, make it optimistic, that kind of a thing. So you pick those things once you've trained it, and it'll just do it. And then if you want it shorter or if you want it longer or whatever, you just keep telling it and it'll go down. But you don't mix up your people. You have your whatever type of client you're working with, and each one has its own trained section.
Yeah. Well, like that. And what's interesting in the and really, really important when it comes to marketing is in the results it gives you, you've got your marketing built in. All the language is right there. All you have to do is remember, ask any question that's open-ended. It begins with who, what, where, when, how, why. and you fill in the rest with these results here, and these basic primal emotions that are either
and then from there you can go, once you've done all the prompts, you say, write me a 60-second video script for an Instagram reel, write me a catchy headline using the journal above for my ideal client, write me a Facebook post, blah blah blah, X amount of words, write me an Instagram post. It's all this thing in each section will do each thing. And
right.
Then they teach you how to break it all up into multiple posts and then schedule them to post at a different time, which I haven't done yet. So
good Lord. And that's only $20 a month.
No, this is Chat GPT is $20. The free version is $20. I did a class through the Honey Badgers that was this.
Okay. Because I know Rob was asking, so this was a Honey Badger class, like one of the regular,
No, this is through Nick Krem. AI, yeah. And it was a 5-day class, and on the 6th day they did it for agent attraction because it was just Honey Badgers allowed in the class.
Yeah, I think that's the one they did when I was in Alaska, because I signed up for it, but then I realized that I'd be gone. So
yeah, it was really good. But since I added on AI PRM, so now I have all these prompts. If you spend enough time looking at these prompts and then watching YouTube videos, can actually pick up quite a bit too, because the class isn't free, but it was really fantastic and it has ongoing support.
Yeah,
we got to get him to do that class again. Maybe Gary, you could talk him into doing it just for the group, for the team.
Yeah. Even just a 1-hour introductory class. What did Nick Krem charge for that, Lisa? If you don't mind me asking.
$800.
Whoa, how long was it?
6 days.
Okay. Well, that's different.
That's not what I signed up for.
Yeah. But I bet you he would do a 1-hour, give us a demonstration. So Nick Krem.
I'm sure, because then he'll advertise his class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, that was through, where was I? I think I saw it on the Honey Badger Facebook page, actually. But it's intense and it's good, and it's easy. The only trick is you have to do it each day and learn it and whatever, just like anything else, just like KV Core.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll call Nick. I'm also going to call Phil Stringer, because I'm pretty sure there's probably a number of people that can do this, but I don't know Nick personally, but I know of him. I think we know each other, but Phil and I definitely know each other. And I'm going to see if I get one of them to do a class just on this, and maybe some material. We already have those 10 prompts, by the way. That's from Phil. But have him do what we did tonight and show that listing messaging. But this here, Lisa, what you have, this is worth gold.
Well, we can start a new one. What is the listing question? What do you want to know? Just one quick question.
Yeah, I think what I would ask is, what is the number one reason why people are selling their homes today, or why someone would sell their home today? Or maybe narrow it down to one. Just say, we already know the 10 reasons why people sell. Can we create a message using the top 10 reasons why people sell from above, that'll get their attention or get them to respond to whatever I don't know how to exactly phrase that, but
I'm wondering.
Gary, can I add something? Because when I went ahead and I changed this to generate the short paragraph from the ideas, it actually told me specifics, just so you know. So this is what it said, just so you know, and this might actually help to come up with an exact, question, because it said, according to National Association of Realtors, the most popular areas for movers in 2022 were Florida, Texas, the Carolinas, where people were attracted by better affordability, more space, and warmer weather. So that's where people were moving to. Okay. And then it says the top 5 reasons were were a new home or apartment. That was by 15%. A new job or job transfer was 11%. To establish their own household was 10%. A family reason, other than getting married or something, was 8%. And they wanted to own a home rather than rent was 7%. Those were your top 5 reasons. And that's where they were moving to, according to NAR and the U.S. Census Bureau. So just so you know, like sometimes the background that they give you helps set up another question to ask ChatGPT or one of these AIs. Do you know what I mean? So you can say, okay, based on what you just told me here, you know what I mean? Like plug that in and then go on to say, okay, now that you've given me this, you know, you know, why, you know, how, you know, what.
That's what Lisa was saying. You're actually teaching it.
You are. That's what you do. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why, like, isn't it somebody said, like, you know, or maybe you even said it, Gary, but you talk to it almost like it's a thing, a person. It's kind of like, no, scratch that, you know, forget what I just said. No, let's go back to this. You know what I mean? You know, you kind of talk to it, and let it hear what you're thinking, right? As you're thinking it.
Well,
so it gets used.
What I'd like to do, what I'd like to do, if we could, is so Lisa, if you want to use what you have so far, because it had it in that order, like the sequence you were stepping it through, is see if we can get it to come up with a marketing message, incorporating the top reason, or maybe the top 2 reasons, 3 reasons. I don't think we should tell it all 10 reasons, because then, you know, when you're trying to be all things to all people, that never works. But when you niche it down and you're specific, you speak to a specific group of people, you're going to get a larger share of responses from that smaller specific group. So, which is really important, guys, that's the way niche marketing works. And if that works, then we can do the same thing for the other 9 reasons. You know what I mean? Like, focus on the number 1 reason. What marketing message can we provide homeowners with that motivation to sell and to move? Get that message, put it out there, and then come back to ChatGPT, you know, another day or whatever, and say, now let's go to reason number 2 and create a message for that reason. You guys follow me?
Yeah, I had to log out and then log back in because it was buffering. So if we have these top 10 reasons here and you want to ratchet it down, which one did you want to pick?
It sounded like from Karen, when you were saying it was really the moving, the relocating was the one that was the number 1 reason. Was it relocating to Carolina?
So why? Here's the most common reasons. Which reason do you want to? Who do you want to attract? Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm asking. So, Karen, you're like actually, Lisa, these reasons, are they in order of percentage of motive? Like, in other words, the biggest reason was number 1, upsizing or downsizing?
Okay. So the question was, I just did what are the top 10 reasons a homeowner sells? And it says number 1, upsizing or downsizing. I don't know the percentage.
Gotcha.
For here, for mine, it says a new or better home or apartment. That was the number 1. That was for 15%. The next one was a new job or job transfer. Now I'm actually taking this and I'm actually creating another question just to see what happens while you guys do your thing there.
Okay. I want to do a quick poll here too for everybody that's on while Lisa and Karen are doing this, and what Brittany was showing us. Does this give you some more insight and also give you some confidence that you can use this tool? Just watching what they're doing. So far, Lisa's the only one that has a paid version, Brittany and Karen are using the free versions. Because I would definitely consider this an assignment, is to do the same thing for yourself by this time tomorrow night. The next 24 hours is go through this process. So let's see what Lisa came up with, or Lisa's.
I said, what's the number one reason someone sells their home in this market? And it says upsizing or downsizing in this little paragraph here. But if we go back to what they gave me, number one was upsizing. So they had it in order.
Gotcha. Okay. Downsizing, upsizing, typically refer to, okay, we understand what upsizing is. Now, can we prompt it to create a marketing message incorporating what they just gave us there? Because this is something, guys, you could literally just put on Facebook. I mean, just tonight, just copy it, put a post out on Facebook. So I'm really excited to see what this thing comes up with.
Does it give you the same text if two people put in the same question?
Well, that's a good question. I think Rob found that the answer was yes with using the same tool, but if you use a different tool, like Edge versus ChatGPT, I would think it's more likely to get a different answer, but probably very similar. So,
okay, cool. Thank you.
Create a 200-word marketing message for the seller who wants to upsize or downsize.
Okay.
Okay.
I like the subject. You see what the subject line was?
Yeah, unlock the next chapter of your dream home journey. Okay.
Yep.
Now make it 100 words and funny.
Okay. If your family outgrowing your space. All right. Here. So here's the assignment, guys. Lisa, would you mind copying that into the Zoom chat? If you don't mind sharing that, even just a second one, the shorter one. And then
this one here.
Yeah. And then for everybody in class tonight, go ahead and do a post with this on your Facebook page. And let's do a test, and everybody respond to me, or just remember to let us know next Monday what your results were from that, putting that prompt on your Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook, maybe you have, Instagram, LinkedIn, some other platform that you're on, TikTok. I don't know if you could use Twitter for that, or if you don't have any social media platform, put in a text to your contacts, or even an email. In any way, shape, or form, try to get that message out there to your contacts, and let's see what kind of responses you get. And don't be shy. If it includes family and stuff like that, just tell them. Follow up with a text and say, guys, not that they're your contacts, but those are your family members. Just say, I'm just doing a test, and tell them this. Tell me what you think of that message I just sent. I value your opinion. Okay. That's what you send to people that you're afraid you might be bothering because they're your close family members. So you can diffuse that with that statement. But more importantly, they probably want to help you succeed, and they'll give you their opinion. More importantly, they might say, funny, you should send this. My neighbor just found out they got transferred. Can I connect you with them tomorrow? That's what that statement does for you. You can get your referrals. So you doing another one, Lisa?
Yeah, I did. I did another one real quick. It's just,
Okay.
You can take it in so many different directions, and you can make them shorter, longer. You can change it for Instagram. It's habit forming. You can get in there and have some fun.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, you could have a lot of fun with this, and you could also accomplish an awful lot in a much shorter period of time. So, I mean, I feel bad for all the big marketing agencies out there, because now just like when cell phones came out and laptop computers came out, it put a lot of power in the hands of the people, right? So this was, this could probably help you in a lot of walks of life. I mean, if you have questions or challenges in your relationships with family, friends, neighbors, whatever, come in here and try to get some answers instead of reading an entire book. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this one. Ready to take the next step in your home journey? Whether you're craving more space for your growing family or seeking cozier nest, we've got you covered. Our expert team specializes in finding your perfect fit. Whether you're looking to upsize or downsize, let's navigate the real estate landscape together. Make your transition seamless and exciting. Your dream home awaits. Reach out today. Let's get started. Home journey. So right away, you could most likely help them sell the house they're in. Let's say they're in Colorado and they want to move to North Carolina. You refer them to somebody on the team in North Carolina. Get the buy side referral fee on the buy side of that, and get the listing side for yourself.
I just told it to make it shorter. I like my Facebook posts shorter.
Yeah. Well, people are more likely to read them,
And I think it's funny that it puts in the emojis.
That's actually pretty good too. Yeah.
It puts in the hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
So you can research the hashtags and everything, but it's pretty good.
Yep. It's awesome. Well, thanks, Lisa and Brittany and Karen. I feel like we just got an education. I feel like we went from AI beginner to AI 200 level all in an hour. So let me check the chat box here. I said there were some okay, these are the prompts. So you guys go ahead and grab these from the chat box now. Go ahead and grab them and paste them into a Word doc or paste them into an email to yourself so you have them. So of course, Gary is going to look at all of our profiles over the week and know who followed through. I got to tell you guys, I'm gonna give you an example of someone who's really kicking some major butt here, and she's brand new. It's Brittany Taylor. She's in Virginia. She just started. I mean, she is out there swinging the bat and kicking some butt and getting things done. I mean, she's getting people. She's attracting people. She did the Indeed ad and then got declined like everybody, and then redid it from scratch, got approved, and already has appointments set up. And she brought in her first transaction, which was a lease, but is already working. So Brittany, let's see if we can help Brittany out here, guys. Well, before I go there, the point of me bringing that up is it doesn't matter if you're a veteran or you're a new person. The key to success is actually taking action, just doing what you can with who you are, where you are, who you know, and what you know. Okay. And just starting there, just start where you are and swing the bat. Just take chances, put yourself out there, ask questions, talk to people. That's exactly what Brittany's doing. Other people are having a lot of success too, but Brittany's just been more in the forefront in the last couple of weeks. I mean, like literally, she's taken full advantage of everything, particularly, I always tell people, use me for all I'm worth. And I mean that. So Brittany, have you and I been communicating during the day, during the evening, weekdays, weeknights? I mean, have you ever gone more? Yeah. You ever gone more than a few hours without hearing from me?
No.
So that's what I'm here for, guys. I'll watch my phone will blow up tomorrow, but I really mean that sincerely. I know from experience that that's how you start to gain success and get some transactions on your plate. It's just, you got to get past any fear or hesitation you have, anything that's holding you back. Sometimes it's just good old fashioned procrastination. You know what? I mean, how many times do we say, it's 8:00 at night, I'm going to get to it tomorrow. How about saying this? What can I accomplish in the next 5 minutes? Just set up a Chat GPT account. If that's all you did, well, chances are you might stay on there an hour and get a marketing piece out in an hour. I'm telling you, up till this, people would spend days and weeks and thousands of dollars for marketing campaigns. And now it's right at your fingertips. It's just amazing. So let me check the rest of the chat box here. So Brittany, the person through Facebook that was working with you on wanting to make an offer on that property. So would you mind, Brittany, filling in the group here? What transpired in the last 24 hours? Like he did a 180 on it, because we got some good veterans on the call here tonight, and I think we can get you some good feedback,
Yeah, so it was kind of strange. So he reached out to me about a property that I had posted for sale. And I'm not the listing agent. It was just one I found on the MLS that I liked and was like, okay, this may be one that gets some attention. He reached out to me saying that he was interested in the property. I asked when would be a good time for us to go look at it or discuss his search. He told me he was out of town, that from the pictures that he's seen, he liked it and he wanted to put in an offer. So we went through kind of the details on that and what information I needed, and asked all kinds of questions. And then yesterday, that was the day before yesterday, and everything was good. Yesterday, he asks, how do I know this is legit? So I was like, well, you could look up my license. I'm licensed with EXP. You can look at my website. I sent him my website. He was like, all of that can be forged. I was like, well, here you can look up my license on Depor. The house is actually for sale. You can look it up on Zillow, on realtor.com. It is a legit house for sale. He looks it up on Zillow and he tells me, he's like, your name's not listed with it on Zillow. I was like, no, I'm not the listing agent. I'm representing the buyer. And that's the last I heard from him.
Yep. I would say one thing that came to mind right away is the next time you have somebody come through, which you likely will, is do a little bit of a disclosure up front. There is actually an official disclosure we're all supposed to provide consumers when we have any meaningful conversation with them. But usually on the first call or whatever, first 60 seconds, you're just trying to build rapport. But what you might want to consider, Brittany, is just let them know, say, just so you know, my role in this is I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Virginia. This house is listed for sale, and don't listen to the agent's name or name the agent's name. Just say with whatever, Remax, Caldwell Banker, and another EXP agent. My role in this is as a buyer's agent. If you decide you do want to pursue this, I would be representing you as the buyer's agent right up front. And also make sure you follow up with the full Virginia disclosure. Does everybody have the disclosure for your state? They're usually very, very identical. They're almost identical. It's usually, sometimes you see it in people's emails, signatures. Who
Yes,
has it in their?
Yes, and here Massachusetts is required to present it on first meet.
Yeah. Yep. As soon as you discuss anything meaningful, relevant, like number of bedrooms, price, location, all that, you've got to. So Brittany, you should have that at your disposal from the Virginia. You can just go to the. You can Google Virginia State Real Estate Disclosure, right? Virginia Real Estate Disclosure Statement, and put that in your email signature. You can also put it as an attachment and say. The legal disclosure statement provided an attachment. So like with that guy, you could have just verbally mentioned it and then followed up. Either you can even put it in a text if you want. So we'll see that part of it. That would do two things. Number one, it probably would diffuse him a little bit. And, it lends legitimacy to it and credibility. Plus it explains things, explains the role. What's weird is I knew you and I were talking about him. It's like he did a reversal on us because we were worried about checking him out, or I was anyways, making sure he's legitimate,
Yeah, I was like, well, I could say the same about you. How do I know you're legit? And he was like, I'll send you all of the information because you told me to ask him for a picture of his license, a picture of him with his license and his bank statement. And he was like, yeah, I'll send all that information over to you tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and he's like, well, how do I know this is legit? I've been scammed out of $20,000. I don't want to get scammed anymore. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to scam you. I'm a legit real estate agent with EXP. You can look up all of my information. The house is actually for sale. And then he just ghosts me. It was weird.
Yeah. Well, my gut feeling is that's an isolated event. I don't think that's something you're going to see repeatedly. I think that was just a like you said, he said he'd been scammed before. He was probably on edge already, and his radar went up. But look, anybody on the call here, any veteran, Sally, Rob, Trevor, Dwayne, Andre, or Lisa or Dutch, any veterans, Juan, want to chime in if you read it? Yes.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different scams going on, and they have their own agendas. I get them to the extent where they'll sign the agreement, they'll send me proof of funds, and they'll go through the rabbit hole, and then they disappear because they're either generally trying to sell you crypto or something else. So you just got to kind of play it for what it is.
Yeah.
How does a scam on buying a house work? Like what is their intentions?
Oh, I can help with this one.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily their intention to even buy the house, but they're trying to gain information from you about you. So some of those scams are phishing to just try and get your identity information, and other ones are they're trying to sell you, they want you to do business with them so that you'll like invest in their crypto or all sorts of different things. But some of it is just phishing scams. They're really trying to set you up to get information so they can steal your identity and different things like that. So you have to be careful.
Yeah. So the two things I can add real quick is, Brittany, number one, anytime you send somebody to Zillow, you're putting them in front of 3 other agents. And I don't think we always catch that, but all the ones that advertise, right? The premier agents. So 1, 2, 3. So your guy could have gone off and called them thinking they're the listing agent. That happens too. That's a big thing with Zillow. Here's the thing I'll caution you on, and here's the biggest scam that's ever happened that I've been a part or knew of. I was on another team long ago, and one of our new agents had a Zillow lead come in because that's what they focused on. They spent all their money on advertising with Zillow, right? And this woman claimed she was going to pay cash for the house, and then claimed like her husband was coming into town and he would wire over the money like as soon as he got there. Sarah was a very trusting person, didn't have any reason to otherwise think anything crazy. But what happened next was the buyer asked to remove basically the contingency of inspections. So change the inspection period to 0 days, right? Okay. Guess what? Sarah never got the earnest money, and here's where she went wrong. In paperwork, we just get used to, checking things, signing things, whatever. She signed off in Oklahoma. We have a thing for earnest money that you've received it. She signed off that she received and gave it to the title company. So the seller then said, okay, well, where's the earnest money, blah, blah, blah. And that woman who was calling her and talking to her all of a sudden is, totally gone, not returning calls, texts, emails, no, nothing. The seller then threatened to sue. Oh, and by the way, it was $5,000 in earnest money. So the seller then went to sue, threatened to sue, and the broker, because Aaron was also a broker, she's like, look, we'll sell your house for free. We won't charge anything. We'll only pass along to the buyer's agent, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, she tried to do everything she could. And literally the buyer or the seller ended up coming out and saying, hey, I do this for a living. I always get paid. So there was some collusion there.
Yeah.
Oh, and on top of that, the seller and Sarah actually went to the same church.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
So that's the biggest one I've been a part of, and she did have to shell out. She ended up saying, "I'll settle for $4,000." So Sarah had to pay $4,000 out of her pocket. Legally,
That's a hard lesson learned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never did that again.
Well, I mean, hindsight, I know it's probably too late now. I would have suggested for her to go ahead and file a complaint with the district attorney, because it doesn't sound like money actually changed hands, right? She never did receive.
Never did. No. Yeah. And then, and the truth is that, yeah, there could have probably been some stuff done, Gary, but Erin didn't want to do it. She didn't want her name involved in anything, and everything goes under her name. So buyers and sellers, all of it.
Wow.
So, which, by the way, y'all, is a huge perk of how we get to do things under Gary and our team and having everything in our own name, not only for our own numbers and stuff, but just for, privacy and to protect ourselves. So I don't know if y'all know that, but Gary, that's a huge plus for us. Thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you saying that.
Brittany.
Yeah. Hey, Brittany, when in doubt, and you actually did the right thing, Brittany. You checked with me first. And Lisa made the comment here. Lisa Sears says he's not a real client. Just pass on him. Chances are I would just let that one go. And I think that's going to be an odd, and a statistical anomaly. I don't think you're going to see a lot of that because the way you're doing your business, you're asking the right questions and making the right moves. Hey, Anna, if you're still there, do you still have a question or a statement, something to add, Anna?
I'm here. Yes. I was just going to say, Brittany, I did a lot of Facebook, and I can tell you, first and foremost need to be extra cautious because, like people mentioned, there's lots and lots of different types of schemes going on. You'll hear that from buyers, from sellers. Recently, it's been a huge uptick in sellers for me, specifically those reaching out to sell supposedly land. And what I do always, the sellers is a little bit of a touchy one, but the buyers specifically, one thing you want to do, this is what I incorporated into my practice, of course, and I would encourage upholding that practice. When I get in touch with someone who's interested in buying a property, whether it's a cold lead or it's a warm lead in response to anything that I might have sent them, I always want to do some kind of a Zoom outreach or maybe a phone call. That one establishes a closer relationship between you and them, takes away any kind of cold, or it's like an icebreaker for them as well as for you. It gives you an idea of how serious they really are. It gives you an ability to gauge their level of motivation, but it also gets them to feel more comfortable with you because for all they know, if you're sending them Zillow links, you can possibly be a potential scammer. I'm not saying you are, but that's their perception. But at the same time, it lets you know how serious and how invested they are. On KV Core, if you go through our site, you will have a link to your own homeowner's search app. What I would do, I would encourage sending that app invitation to people who you might meet who are buyers looking for specific properties, as opposed to Zillow links. One, it builds some kind of credibility for you and builds authority for you. And at the same time, it lets you track what they're viewing so that you can gauge your search accordingly. So that's what I would recommend, but definitely exercise caution on Facebook. And I would do more personal outreach than just corresponding via text. One for you and also for them as well, to sort of give them that level of trust in working with you. That's what I would recommend.
Thanks, Anna. Yeah. Okay, guys, listen, it's 8:30. I do have a few more things just to mention real quickly. First is a question. I want to find out who all is going to EXPCon in Las Vegas, October, I guess that's going to be 2nd through the 6th or 2nd through the 5th. And okay, I'm going, Andre's going. Shastine, you're going, right?
Yep.
Okay. Is Janet going too? Okay, good. Anybody else? Okay, I'll send a message out on Workplace. And we're trying to get a little bit of a head count going, and Andre's talking about getting another event together for all of us in the overall organization, and which was a lot of fun last time. So we went to Top Golf, and I got to entertain everybody with my horrible driving skills, and
It's not that bad, though, for you.
There was some newbies there. They were. And the new people were killing it. I was like, holy smokes, man. So, but also there's that. And I put a post out there also I can't remember if I put it on the workplace page or not, but it's definitely on my Facebook page. I put a post out there about an Olympic runner named Billy Mills. And I want you to look at that because it's a great story. He grew up on a reservation. His mother was a quarter Lakota and his father was 3/4 Lakota. So statistically, he was 50% or half Lakota. And he was a runner in the Olympics, 10,000 meters in the marathon. The 10,000 meters, he wasn't even picked the place. He was picked like dead last. He started off the race dead last. But in the last lap, he just poured it on. In his whole life, he ran. He just ran like Forrest Gump. He just kept on running and totally just surprised everybody and passed them all at the last minute. And this was at the Tokyo 1964 Olympics, actually. But please read that. It's a great, amazing life and a great story there. Plus what he did with his life after the fact, after the Olympics. If you can look at that, that'd be great. The AI, listen, we took the selfie, Vegas. Do you guys like tonight's session, making a kind of a working session like that?
Oh yeah.
Working through. Yeah. Those are always my favorite classes. I mean, not just as a teacher, but because I learned tonight. I mean, it was amazing and how quickly we went through it, Also, coming up on the 11th of September, we're going to talk about how to use unsolicited offers to get sales, to get listings. And so unsolicited offer is where you make offers to homeowners on their properties where the properties are not even, for sale. At least they're not on the MLS. So you can use ReallyFlow to find these owners, but more importantly, you want to make sure you have buyers that for sure want a house, and make sure they're pre-approved and everything as best you can. And as many buyers as you have, the more buyers, the better. But you can send unsolicited offers to these sellers. I mean, really full-blown, complete offers. And we'll talk about that whole technique, how to prepare for it, how to negotiate it, how to make sure you get paid and all that. That's the 11th. Next week, we're gonna go back to Zudilio, and unless we have some compelling reasons to keep going with it, I think we need to give them more time to work out the kinks, so to speak. I know Heather and Desiree have had success with it, but I know other people have really worked their butts off with it and still haven't got any real results. A lot of contacts, but no real results to speak of. So we're going to talk about that. But also, Trevor, would you mind next week talking about what you were doing with making it rain in the Google Ads, Google AdWords? I think that's what you're using, Google AdWords, right? Through the Making It Rain?
Making It Rain uses Google. Yes, Gary.
If you wouldn't mind, that'd be awesome. Because I think you did get some business from that, right?
I did.
Okay. So guys, we'll do that next week with doing kind of wrapping up the Zudilio thing as best we can. And I think that's it. Any other final thoughts or questions? Okay. Remember, Zudilio, Brittany, Zudilio is not free. I think you can get it for $65 a month. It's regularly $130 a month. But it looks like, Brittany, it's a lot of work, a lot of manual labor that theoretically should work, but it's just people are struggling with it. You're welcome. Hey, Jackie, thanks for sending me the forms for New Jersey. I appreciate that. I saw them earlier. That was very nice of you to do that.
And Zudilio may be
You're welcome.
better in different markets too, Gary. Like
that's the other thing. That's what I want to bring up next week and see if there's any pattern. Because why is it that some people have success and others it's just,
Yeah, I've got another interview tomorrow from my ads that go toward Zudilio, and I have one more to upload tonight. So that'll be at least 2, hopefully, that I could also mention how they went next week if people are interested. Okay. That's helpful. All right.
Sounds good. Yeah. Hey, guys, let me know. Send an email to me if you have a subject you want to cover. That's how the unsolicited offer thing came up, because Mike McGran was asking about that. It was mentioned in another class, and so we're going to have a whole session on that. But I want to make sure we're giving you what you need and what you want. And the final thing is, please remember to set up your one-on-ones. It's been a while since some of you have had one, but that's those are essentially working sessions too. So to set up a one-on-one if you haven't had one for a while. And if you are interested in agent attraction, you need to please for that one, send me a text message. Just in a text message, just say AA for agent attraction. And I'm assuming everybody here has my number, but just in case, let me put it in here real quick. 412-680-3618.
And
So
hey, Gary,
text me if you're interested.
regarding agent attraction, hey, that Indeed.com works. I've got 13 responses so far, and I'm conversing with probably 8 agents, right, or 8 people right now. Some of them are current agents.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's pretty exciting.
I've gotten
it is
40 applicants in 2 days.
That's amazing.
6 interviews today, 6 tomorrow, and so far 3 on Wednesday.
Whoop, whoop. We'll be catching Andre before you know it. Look out, Andre.
we're actually getting better
bring
at
them
it.
on.
Yeah, we're actually getting better at it. We keep.
I'd like
Go
to
ahead,
be
Rick,
able
I'm
to
sorry.
know. Yeah, it would be awesome to know like how you guys are doing those conversations. I know that I haven't got as many replies, or responses after I tried to reach out to get them to, after they put their resumes in, how you guys are then handling the conversation. And once you get them on the phone and, and then where it's going from there. So that would be really good to have like a panel for that.
Yeah.
I've email
I've talked
thing.
with 4, and some of them just don't reply. I've tried messaging them, emailing them, and calling them. And, I'll give each of them a few more days, some of them, and then I'm just going to reject them after that. I just don't have time to play.
So I actually sent a kind of preliminary email to every applicant that I received. And the ones that responded, I emailed and asked when a good time for them would be to talk. So that way they knew I'd be calling them and ready for the call. I said all 6 of my interviews today answered the phone. I'll see tomorrow, but all 6 of them today answered the phone.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, a speedy reply. I mean, I tell you, just timing is everything. The clock can be your best friend or your worst enemy. The more time you let it go by, your odds drop dramatically. And I want to point somebody out here, guys. You guys have tonight on the call a real genuine, please excuse my French, but a badass. I mean, Andre has got over 1,000 people in his downline. He's the person directly above me. And it's just amazing. And I know we have to be careful what we say, but this really isn't a public forum. This was a class, and he shared with you, for those who were on the team meeting in July, what his last agent attraction check was, his revenue share check was. I mean, it was more than probably half of America makes in a year. So this is real, and I can't begin to tell you how much easier it's made my life. I don't do any outbound calling. All the conversations were people who've seen what we have. They've asked to have an interview regarding it, and it's put you in a driver's seat. It's like they're trying to convince you that they should be on an EXP on the team instead of the other way around. So it's a different dynamic. It's a different conversation. That you just have to try it, and then change your mindset to be one of, it's a privilege to be here, right? And for them to reach out to you with a resume and have an appointment with you to discuss it. And all you do is you just ask them, literally, what are you looking to accomplish? What's your dreams? What's your vision? Let them talk. Let them tell you what it is they want, right? And then you could ask them when they're done, well, when would you like to start seeing those results? How soon? And the ones who say, I want to right now, those are the ones that you bring in, right? The ones that say, well, I think I'll wait 3 years because I got blah, 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 all this stuff. They're not serious. They don't have a plan. They don't probably have a goal, let alone a vision. But the ones who do, I'm telling you, then what you do is you show them, well, let me show you what we do. This is how we get our leads. This is how we market to them. This is how we service them. This is how our split works. This is how the revenue share works. This is how you get stock. This is how you get paid 3 ways for one set of activities versus every other company out there. You get paid, for the most part, one way. Are you interested in knowing what is the process for coming on board should you choose to do this, right? The ones that say, yeah, I'm ready. That's why I'm here. I'm really interested. Then you set them up, I'm shortening the process, but that whole thing takes about a half hour, what I just gave you. That's it, and we've got 5 people in the process now of joining. Another one just joined. We're averaging 1 a week, this year. Last year, we had 3 the entire year. I did. This year, 1 a week because of this process. Okay. I mean, if have a call with me, let's do some role playing, In fact, would you guys like to have a session just on this, just on agent attraction? Have the group involved? Would you like to have Andre on there too?
Yes.
I'm sure if we pay him enough, he'll join us. There's actually a joke, implied joke there. Because guess what? When we succeed, who else succeeds?
That's right. When one wins, we all win. 7
people up above you, or there's, So, that's why the support's so phenomenal. They really want us to succeed. So in any case, I kind of went long on that one, but there's a handful of people. Juwan's having success with it. Anna's having success with it. Brittany's having success with it. Justine, I think, Lisa Perez, we need to get you started. Lisa, set up a strategy call, Yeah.
I would like to ask, or like you said, maybe have a session to see kind of how we go about, not the conversation, but like even I'm still semi-new, so I'm still like, I still need to figure out all the stuff that we can offer them and just that conversation.
Yep. We'll do that. And some of that's in the air. I'll send out, you know what, Shastine? Beverly has a new attachment. It's called a training manual just for this. And it actually has the conversation pieces there. I think it's updated since the one you and I looked at the other week, Shastine. It's updated. I need to get you the new one. And Lisa, I'll do the same thing for you. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So.
Yeah,
and
my last interview didn't work so well with that I had with the ND agent. Well, I mean, it did, but then when I followed up with her, she's like, "No, I don't think it's good," But it's like I was texting to confirm our scheduled call, and then so it's like maybe I shouldn't text. I should just call, and how like you're supposed to send a text before, and then she's just like, "No, I just think I'm going to stay where I'm at." I'm like, maybe I should have had a personal conversation with her. So it would have been a little better. So I mean, just different tips or best ways of going about taking them through the process. Because like you said, it's sometimes a journey and it's not just a one-step thing.
Well, I will tell you, I'm glad you brought that up because for me, it was always the journey. It was a lot of work for every single person. And here it's not like that. It's completely different. It's literally fast. I mean, I hate to say it, but the ones that, like, I always give them, I'll give them information if they're not really excited now. I give them the video to watch, right, and other information for them to digest. Then set up a follow up, and at that point, they're not there. I'm just going to say, you know what, I probably didn't do a good job, or they're just not ready, or whatever we have to offer is, in their opinion, not better than what they already have. And I'm okay with that. I don't want to force anybody. I don't want to feel like I'm trying to sell somebody. I want to help somebody, serve somebody. And so it helps me move along from those. And we stay in touch with them. We can invite in the class. Inviting people to classes, one of the easiest things you can do. And let's, like, Emma's on it. And is it Delicio?
Yeah, Delesio. Hi.
Delesio. Hi, good. Thanks for joining us tonight, by the way.
Of course,
Did you get some good intel out of it?
Absolutely, yeah. I've been playing around with ChatGPT myself for a bit, and I love to see how to incorporate it in real estate. So, it's very informative. Thank you for tonight.
Well, you're very welcome. My next career, I'm going to be a brain surgeon. I'm going to use ChatGPT to take me through brain surgery. No, I'm just kidding. But
we're headed in that direction.
Yeah, you're probably right. So everything's going to be robotic. But guys, if I don't want to. I want to be careful how I present this because some people are not interested at all, and some people, once they see what's possible, I share what my results have been, and Andre shared his results, and these are real people. I mean, Andre and I are real people, and these are real numbers. It's just mind blowing. And, it's very serious because you're not just relying on commission income. You've got another truly substantial stream of income you can develop in a matter of years. I mean, Andre didn't come here with a team, a brokerage, or training program or anything. He just showed up, him and his arms and legs and his brain, and went to work.
And my cell phone.
And your cell phone, and just hustled. That's one thing I can tell about Andre, guys, is his work ethic is, and I'm not saying he works 24/7, but when he's working, he is dialed in and focused, right? And he has his vision, he has his goals, and he's determined. And there's nothing more important to that. I mean, when you know where you're going and what you're aiming towards, even if you mess up every now and then, your compass is going to get you back on track. Your true north is going to keep you on track. You'll bounce off the guardrails and now and then. Believe me, I'm perfect example. I got plenty of scars to show for it, but I know the power of the vision because I've experienced it multiple times, and I want you guys to have that. Not just current day commission income, but your long term, that revenue share. That's retirement money. That's free mailbox. It can't get any easier. I've owned hundreds of properties, and there's nothing I've found that's easier than this. Nothing compares, So I'm going to help you do it. I don't care how long it takes. Gradually you'll move from the old hard way to the new easy way, and you'll be like, and then you'll help the next person. Here, it took me 3 years to figure this out, but when it hit me like a ton of bricks, So don't be shy. Set up a call with me. We'll go over it, and then we'll set up a session just for this. I'm afraid to make Monday Night Live one of those sessions because Monday Night Live actually is all education. It's all academics. We're not here to sell anything, pitch anything, recruit anybody. We just tell it like it is. I mean, we're who we are. You get to see us, pull the curtain back and see for yourself. That's what this is about. So let me talk to Bev, and we'll set something up, and we might have to have a couple of those sessions, and Andre, you got your thing going on too already with the other coaches, right?
Yeah, we're doing that Attract Boss. I know Chastain's been on it, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah, we have a coaching call every Monday at 1:30 Eastern, but like we had one today, it was really good. But I think a lot of the magic is every day from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for 2 hours, Monday through Friday. And then if Matt's in town, he does it also on Saturday. And we're just on live Zoom calls, and the coaches are calling people, calling their prospects, cold calls, warm calls, follow-up calls, whatever. And when we get somebody on the line, we make it live so everyone can hear it. And so you're hearing different coaches having different conversations. And it's been really good. A lot of the new agents there was a guy on there today, he's never sold a house, but he's got a pretty big business of passive income from having a big team, and he has never even sold a house. But he got the agent attraction side, and he just started calling people, and he's got a good downline.
I'm waiting for the ideal script there for calling your sphere, since now I have to go back to him after being with ESP close to 2 years. So you guys haven't uploaded the script yet, but if you can send that one over to me, Andre. I started to have a couple conversations with agents, went to an open house and talked to another agent, had a great thing, but we are having Brent Gove and Randy here in Vancouver, Washington to hold a class. So I really want to strategize to maximize on that, and I want to set it up right. So I really needed some more hands-on with that, but I didn't know whether to go into the group for that or just get with you and Gary for that. But I feel like there's a great opportunity. I just don't know quite how to set it up and which is the best way to set it up. So
as far as my scripts, just so everyone knows, they're all in my Financial Freedom Forever Facebook group and Financial Freedom Forever workplace group that if you're on our team, you're part of that group. Yeah. Go under the files section, and all my scripts are in there. And then we had a coach call today with everybody, and Randy's got a big, long, huge list of scripts, and they're going through it to update things, and they're going to be uploading that. He said before, I think the end of August. So it's going to be pretty soon.
Yeah, the one thing I do want to say, Andre, and to everybody on here again, and I won't talk anymore because I know people need to get off, but just being a part of your guys' group, the Track Boss, it is building up my courage to be able to have more. And my husband has been listening with me because I'm putting him to work behind the scenes. Right. And so he's the one that's like, Chastain, we're going to go visit some open houses on Saturday. And I'm like, and so we did, and, we had a great conversation, and we have an agent that's really, has some positive things that's come out of that. But it has definitely changed, and it really helps having that daily momentum, hearing the conversations, and having somebody or a tribe that you can go to and have a specific conversation regarding where your vision is going, so that you're doing that invitation, learning the invitational language, because us as agents have relationship with other agents every day. So it's just being comfortable with invitational language that helps our friends, realtors, have a better life.
Yeah, we're doing role playing on those. Like today, we were training on some social media stuff, and towards the other half, they talked about the role play with a couple of the agents. And it was really good. There was Marguerite was on there today. She's got, I don't know, probably 500 people in her business. And she admitted she had most of her business came to her because she's pretty well known in her market, and she hasn't really called out to people. But she volunteered to be one of the people that did the role playing with us today. And at the end, she's like, man, that was really, really helpful. She goes, I was kind of felt like the anxiety when I was, volunteering to do this. She goes, but now going through it, the anxiety's gone, and I feel comfortable, just picking up the phone and making phone calls. So it's definitely been really good. And if anyone here wants to check it out, you just go to trackboss.com and just fill out the form. You go on a wait list. They just check everybody out, make sure you're part of EXP. I'll get you approved. Ask you who your sponsor is and who invited you, and you can put my name down as who invited you. I think someone asked if it's free. It was free for the first 3 weeks when you first started it, but they're charging $197 a month, or you can pay in full and get 3 months for free. The idea is you get one person that's a capper that pays for it for the entire year. And of course, we're going to try to help everyone 10x that. So really, it's just an investment, just like anything else.
Okay. Well, we had we're 5 minutes short of the 2 hour mark. we keep, but you know what, guys, there was a lot of content tonight, and I really want to say a big thanks to Lisa and Brittany and Karen and everybody sharing, contributing, Anna, Andre, Trevor, Dwayne, Chastain, all you guys contributing like this. This is what this was all about. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to the next class. So next week, again, we're gonna try to get more insight into Zudelio, and maybe not to like hand them or any kind of thing like that, but maybe we go back to them and say, guys, this is what we're experiencing. To the Zudelio people, show them what we're experiencing. We're a big group, and see what they can help them make some adjustments to their system, or tell us what we could be doing better. Maybe they'll come on class one night and say, you know what, this is what I think you guys should be doing. So that's the point of that. And then and Trevor's going to show us what he was doing with making it rain in the Google AdWords. I tell you what, Glenn Sanders has mentioned that in big settings multiple times, how important it is to use Google AdWords. I'm Chastain, you've been to the conferences, you've heard him say it, I'm sure too, and he's serious about it. So with the top guys saying that repeatedly, there's something to it. So look for that for next Monday, the following Monday course, Labor Day. We're all going to be having fun. And the Monday after that, we'll talk about the unsolicited offers. So we're really putting a lot of emphasis on getting listings here. We're going to crack the code, beat the competition. Sometimes that's how you do it. It's the same way for everybody. There's millions of houses out there, but not a lot of people are selling them. So we've got to do the hard work to overturn the stones and find the ones that need to and want to sell. That's part of the business. The good news is you get through this and you get some listings. When the market does turn, guess who's going to be getting all the gold? The people like you who are already prepared. That's how it works. You sharpen the blade when the market's the way it is right now. And that way, when the goodies are there, you're going to chop down more trees. So in any case, I'll keep teaching and preaching if you let me. So I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you have a good night. You're welcome. Thanks again, guys. God bless you and your families. And I'll see you in the one-on-ones and also next Monday. Okay?
Bye now.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for another great one.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching this episode of Monday Night Live. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and go to realestatewithgarywilson.com to join our community and start building wealth today.